I've been on a mission to make the best tasting pizza at home with the least amount of effort. There's a few things that are very important to me in pizza. That's a crispy bottom, airy crust, and flavorful dough. And after eating only pizza and watermelon for an entire summer, this is what I've landed on. Now, I'm not saying this is the best pizza ever. There's probably better ingredients, fermentation, and ovens used to cook a pizza, but in my opinion, this is an easy way to make a great pizza at home. First things first, none of that store-bought dough, we're making our own. So into a mixing bowl, add 220 grams of lukewarm water, 1 teaspoon of active dry yeast, and a pinch of sugar to help it activate. Once our yeast looks like this, we know it's alive and we can use it. Now we can add 315 grams of flour, a teaspoon of salt, and olive oil. You want to mix with a spoon until it starts to come together like this, then plop it onto your counter, pick it up, and slap it back onto your counter a few times. Keep in mind that this is a 70% hydration dough, so it will be quite sticky to work with. Eventually you'll be able to knead it like this, and after 5 to 10 more minutes, you will have created a smooth dough ball. Place it back into the bowl with olive oil and cover in the fridge to ferment overnight, which is what will create a flavorful bread. So it is the next day. You can tell because I'm wearing a different colored shirt. But our dough has been sitting in the fridge overnight, so it's really hard and stiff to work with right now, which is why I'm gonna leave it out at room temperature for about an hour. Each piece should be about 250 grams, and we just wanna form another tight dough ball. Something smooth like this. Grab a flat plate, flour, add our dough ball, a little more flour on top, then cover with plastic wrap. And then I'll let this proof at room temperature for another hour and a half. Our dough is pretty much finished. Now we can talk about our toppings. The only real important ones are the sauce and cheese. So to start, I'm gonna show you my top secret recipe to an amazing pizza sauce. Into a bowl, add in a can of crushed tomatoes, a little pinch of salt, sugar, grated garlic, and that's it. I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, you need San Marzano tomatoes, you need to add garlic, you need to cook it down. And while that might be true, I'm also really lazy. Here's the thing. Whole tomatoes usually come with more juice. You gotta blend them, simmer them down until it's thick. But when I use crushed tomatoes, the consistency is already perfect. Now let's talk about cheese. There's only 2 types you need. This is a low moisture pizza mozzarella, and this is high moisture buffalo mozzarella. So our low moisture mozzarella is what you find on your classic New York slice and probably most fast food pizza places. This buffalo mozzarella is found more on like a Neapolitan style pizza. So if you cook this for longer than 5 minutes, it'll end up getting really watery, which is why I usually add it halfway through the cooking process. This is a really important step. We are stretching our pizza dough. Get rid of this because we got these hands. A rolling pin gets rid of all of our air, but we need that for the perfect crust. Flour our work surface. We want to slowly push the air to the edges. Give it a flip and repeat on the other side. Get rid of this excess flour. Give it a few slaps and stretches until we formed a perfect circle. I don't want my pizza in the shape of a trapezoid. Onto our cardboard pizza peel, I'm gonna add some cornmeal. Add our sauce. Top it with cheese. Pizza stone has been preheated. It's at 540 degrees. This is gonna take at least 8 to 10 minutes. And again, if you're using the buffalo mozzarella, you wanna take it out halfway through and then add the cheese on top. So we got our regular cheese pizza here, and this one is with fresh mozzarella. I don't know about you, but I like to cut my pizzas with a knife. Look at that crust. And the bottom is very crispy. This is the one with the buffalo mozzarella. So we got 2 ways to sort of use the same type of pizza dough. I prefer this one. The cheese is a little bit saltier, which tastes better in my opinion, but it's all up to you.